Many of the fisheries, aquaculture, and marine laws on the books today were the result of past forums. As a result of discussions during past fisheries forums, legislation was initiated for funding programs for fish restoration, including the salmon stamp, steelhead report fishing restoration card, the salmon and steelhead trout restoration account, and also the Pacific Coastal Salmon Recovery Funds allocation legislation. These forums are also the place where legislation began to protect much of our fishing ports infrastructure, from the language in the Coastal Act to maintain fishing facilities in the coastal zone to measures to build various marinas for fishing vessels. It's also produced legislation making California the first government in the world to protect diverse species from the white shark to down the food chain to the krill. After the 2012 forum, the legislature passed legislation protecting California's crab fishermen from excessive competition by those abusing loopholes in the permit process. We also had legislation to expedite salmon restoration projects, protect salmon habitat, fund timber harvest reviews in our salmon watersheds, and also create a significant potential new source for restoration funding. I bring all those up very briefly to remind you that you're even in various parts of this hearing, you may be talking to 1 to 3 or 4 of us in the legislature, but many people are listening, not only members, but also the staffs of key committees. And out of this hearing will grow more good policy, more good bills. So this is an extremely important forum. Since 1981, the Joint Committee has hosted these forums. However, it's a tribute to all of you that have kept our fisheries and our fishing communities together and alive in the legislative process for the last 40 years. I'm going to skip over some of my remarks, which I encourage our speakers to do because we started so far behind schedule. This year we are grappling with a number of issues facing our fisheries, as you will hear from the speakers today. We'll hear from the various committees comprised of dedicated individuals to inform this committee on the subjects that they've been working on. We will hear about an array of issues facing our harbors and working waterfronts, as well as collaborative research efforts and updates on the direction our state and nation are going with its fisheries. Finally, there's issues of salmon, swordfish, experimental gear, and aquaculture development, all very important to this committee and to the people of California.